Zinedine Zidane has set tough conditions to possibly join Manchester United as manager should INEOS choose to look past Eric Ten Hag. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb, and here is a quick update. I know it's match day, and you all must be in Man United versus Coventry mode, but guys, there are stories that can't wait. Now, there has been this week talks about Zinedine Zidane wanting to come back into management. Remember, he last managed Real Madrid in 2021, and for the next 3 years, he has been in sort of a sabbatical. That probably took a little longer than many would have expected, and sabbaticals are normal. We saw coaches like Pep Guardiola taking a 1 year sabbatical when I think he had left Bayern Munich. So it happens. I think you would say Jose Mourinho might be in a sabbatical now because he's turning down several offers, he says, from several clubs as he waits for the right team to come up and give him an offer. Now, Zinedine Zidane is the same situation, just that his sabbatical has taken a little bit longer. If you knew Zidane, if you watched him play, you wouldn't be surprised by that because he's the kind of character who does not go anywhere. He's a classy, proud guy, if you know what I mean. And even in how he used to play, you saw it. The way he used to play was classy and different, and with a certain pride and arrogance, subtle arrogance about it that made him a unique footballer. So even when he goes into management, he's not just going to come out there and manage any team. Now there were reports that kept linking him to Manchester United sometime before, and he had said in an interview with L'Equipe, he had said he would want to return to management, but the issues with England would be English because he understands English, but he's not so comfortable with it by then. But now, 3 years later, honestly, for anyone serious in management, because he has never come out to announce that he had completely quit management. So for anyone, who is hoping to return in management after 3 years, that's enough time for you to try and work on the language. I mean, he's a guy from France, which is just, I mean, by train, France to Paris to London is about 4 hours. So honestly, he must have been working on that, and I'm sure his English must be better than how it was 3 years ago when he called it quits from Real Madrid. But here's the latest. There are reports that have now said that and there are several sources saying this, that Bayern Munich, who are also in a hunt for a manager to come out there and replace Thomas Tuchel, who will be departing at the end of the summer, the reports that have been leaking Zinedine Zidane to the Bayern Munich job. Now, first of all, he doesn't speak Germany. That's one. But two, it has been reported that he has said he would choose Manchester United over Bayern Munich. But here's the thing. That does not mean the conditions are not have moved. Now, Zidane has conditions. Now, the conditions under which he would join any club, most likely Man United, if it would be his preference, are here. One, he must be guaranteed that he's going to be given an atmosphere where he can win. Zinedine Zidane is a winner. He has won the World Cup. He has won the Champions League, both as player and manager, and several of those, the La Liga. He's a winner. So he's saying, for me, I would want to to manage Manchester United. The INEOS project seems to have excited him from the way it looks, from the outlook, with what they are doing and their intentions. And there is also a belief that there was a secret meeting or conversation between him and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And he set his conditions, saying that you must assure me that you're going to create an atmosphere that can allow me to win. Imagine Zidane with the titles he won with Real Madrid, the multiple titles, back-to-back titles he won with Real Madrid, joining a Man United and finishing seventh. Honestly, even if it were me, that would not be really bad pride and arrogance for me to demand conditions that will guarantee me that at least I can win games of football, because winning is not just about the manager. We do know he has proven that Zinedine Zidane is a winner, and that's why Ineos would want to go for him. But he wins in an environment that can allow that. The environment and rot that we saw at Manchester United for the longest time was obviously not an environment that could allow any manager to flourish or win. So Zinedine Zidane is saying, guarantee that you can't create an environment where I can win. That is condition number one for Zinedine Zidane. Is it doable? Well, you would say, how would they know? Sir Jim Ratcliffe is also new in the role. He's only trying out things. He can't be sure. Well, you can be sure if you've got a proper plan, you've got people who you selected based on reason, not based on emotions like the Glazers used to do. You would think, what reason are you talking about? Even the Glazers had reasons why they hired Ed Woodward and John Mata, reasons that are footballing. You can see that the people that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos are pointing at or are hiring at Man United, from Omar Berada from Manchester City, a winning institution, to Jason Wilcox, a proven technical man in football, a former Premier League winner. You can see now that Ineos are putting in place guys who know a thing or two about football at the topmost level. Now, those are the things you need. Now, changing the structure to allow the manager concentrate on the football. Those are the things you need in place. Those are the things that can give a manager like Zinedine Zidane, who is not hungry, who is not in a rush to go and coach and manage Manchester United, who is not in a rush to say, okay, on my CV when I was a football manager, I managed Manchester United, whether it worked or not, who wants to win and protect his record, protect his pedigree. For me, I think those are things that at least can give him some bit of confidence. So that is why I said, and whereas there are no guarantees that the in-your structure can win us games of football or titles, I think it is promising. If I were Zidane, I would say, okay, it looks like guys, you guys are aware of what you're doing. You are sure of what you're doing. You bring in the right people. You're moving fast. You want to change the facilities. You want to improve the standards. You want to do things right so that the manager will not suffer with the players. More so, this being the English Premier League and such a huge club. So those are some of the conditions that reportedly Zinedine Zidane has put in place. Guys, if you think about it holistically, for me, I feel like these are possible things. I feel like these are good things. I feel like Zinedine now is in a condition because a year or two ago, when we were linked with Zinedine Zidane, the talk was, no, I'm not going to England. I can't go to England, the language and all. That was an excuse. For now, he's beginning to soften up, to loosen up a bit, because he sees what Ineos is doing. And any sober manager will first watch from the sides. I'm sure even Jose Mourinho is watching, saying, okay, what are these people doing? Because Mourinho was there and he said clearly part of the reasons, or mostly the reasons why he failed to perform, was because of the people around him not being good enough or not being knowledgeable about football. These John Matters and Ed Woodwards, who were hired mostly for financial gains, for the to boost the Glazers' financial gains, not the club's football gains. So Ineos is now doing things for football. In any case, they are in charge of just football, and they will be judged on the performance on the football pitch. Inadvertently, that ends up, of course, in the trophy cabinet. So as for me, these are doable things. These are possible things. So that's why I would say, in the event that Ineos, and I'm thinking Ineos must be thinking now, because remember, there are reports that say that if we do fail to win the FA Cup, Ineos will pull the trigger on Eric Ten Hag. But in all honesty, and I love Eric Ten Hag, I'm not for this consistent change of managers, but in all honesty, if we are losing Eric Ten Hag for Zinedine Zidane, any day, I would go for Zinedine Zidane any day. And he may not be tried and tested in the Premier League. He may not be, whatever. I mean, he might have been out of football for so long. But for me, any day, if Zidane is available, I would go for Zidane over Eric Ten Hag, honestly, without a shadow of a doubt. Because, first of all, every player who set their eyes on Zinedine Zidane playing was inspired by him. So they would play for him. It would be an honor for them to play for Zinedine Zidane. So that means he would have the dressing room. Who are you for Zinedine